Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up and trade. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up, stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. For the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
Hello everyone, hi squaddies, happy Wednesday. It's hump day, how is everyone? Well, it goes without saying there's a lot to say today, so let's get into it. See who's here. Lydia, hi. Hi Elaine. Elaine, yeah, we'll start with your comment. Someone who has had a major stroke does not lift up his head and look at the camera. I was at the hospital with my son-in-law and watched him fight for his life. Yeah, well, thank you for giving us a first-hand account of what it actually looks like, and it definitely doesn't look like you looking at the camera with TMZ getting the first scoop. Yes, Annie Bullard. Do you know what, guys and dolls? I love that we're in this space now where we can all see things for what they are and we're not fooled. Before I start the podcast though, I do just want to say I know that we can get very caught up in the drama of all of this, but I just want us to remember that there are real people implicated, and I'm sure Meghan is fine, and I'm sure she's, surrounded by her kids and Harry and her friends and Doria and all of that, but this is ultimately designed to hurt her. And yeah, I just felt that it was important to say that there are real people, real feelings implicated in all of this. So hi if you're just joining us. Thumbs up please and hit that subscribe button. See if we can get to 9,000 before the end of the month. Oh my gosh, Church Nelly, yes. I cannot wait until this jubilee is over. I'm exhausted. It's like everything that's been leading up to this jubilee has been exhausting. To be honest, I guess in a way I kind of expected it, but things were so quiet that I thought, "Do you know what? Maybe for once everybody's going to behave themselves. Nobody wants to embarrass the queen." But once again, we've seen jealousy prevail. We've seen the British press more concerned with getting their clicks and their article views than just letting us have the jubbly in peace. And it has well and truly turned into a circus. Everything leading up to this event between the press and the royals themselves, it's just like one very, very slow train wreck. And I don't think this is the way the Queen imagined celebrating her jubilee. Lydia Washington says, Annie, I would not wish illness on anyone, but Thomas Markle is a liar and the timing and all seem suspect. If he could not talk, who called TMZ? Scammy in Florida? That's a very good question. I will be inviting people up to speak today at different parts of the podcast. So if you would like to give your 2 cents and vent, I'm opening up the space. Let's just get it all out, and so we can just let it go. And just a few reminders: if I do allow you to come up, please make sure that your camera is off. You'll know what I mean when you get into the chat, and just please make sure not to use any language because that and any strong language because that will trigger the sensors. All right. I saw somebody gave a super chat, I think. Who was that? I'll just catch that person. Don't want to miss you out. Oh, 1 sec. Chef de Sandy, thank you so much for the super sticker, darling. Much appreciated. Yes, Marie, the majority of people are not buying this act. Oh my gosh. All right, before we get into the drama, let's start with the good positive things before we get to that. So, first things first, Invictus Games, the federal and BC governments each committed 15 million to host the 2025 Invictus Games, adding winter adaptive sports, which makes this the most innovative and accessible games ever. They can't wait to welcome these courageous athletes. Go Team Canada. So that is for Team Canada. They will be getting plenty of funding for Invictus Games. Still waiting to hear anything from the British side. But as we know, Invictus Games are going to be held in Canada in 2025. So yeah, start saving now if anybody wants the trip to Canada. Also, the Queen was seen out and about. She went to the Chelsea Flower Show. And either the Queen is very short or the Amir of Qatar is very tall. I don't know. I just love that picture. But yes, Betty was out and about at the Chelsea Flower Show. Also out and about, Harry with his friend, living his best life, having a cycle around after a great weekend at the polo. Someone on Twitter pointed out in reference to an article on the Daily Fail. They said, I'm surprised that the detail-orientated Daily Fail managed to find the cost of Harry's bike, but neglected to mention that he was with Charlie Van. I'm not going to try and pronounce his second name because I will butcher it. A childhood friend whose wedding he attended with Meghan, perhaps because it contradicts a few of their narratives. And we know that one of the narratives that the British press have been trying to push for a very long time is that Harry is isolated, that he doesn't see his friends. They even went as far as to say at one point that he's being held hostage by Meghan, which is just insane. This is the freest hostage I've ever seen, running around on a bike with his friend. So yes, Harry was out and about. Also, more pictures from the polo matches. Someone managed to snap these close-ups of... See, this is how observant this squad is. Y'all be zooming in on everything. So she had an L ring for Lily and also an A necklace for Archie. I thought it's very sweet. She obviously keeps her kids very close to her. And Nacho posted a picture of himself and Chris Martin from Coldplay, and Mariska Hargitay was at the polo as well. And I think that's Amanda, the women's rights activist. Sorry, I forget her name in the picture with Mariska Hargitay. So there was lots of famous faces at the polo, and they raised a lot of money for charity. So that was great. All right. Yes, Marina. When does it end? Oh, when does it end? Mm. Karen is what? Yeah, I don't understand what's going on either. I don't think any of us do. It's just wickedness, and I want to know where all of the anti-bullying charities are because you've basically got a situation where a British journalist is using someone's dad to bully them. I mean, this is like emotional manipulation, public stalking, literally in front of the world. I just don't understand. Like, yeah, where are the bullying activists? Where's anyone to just with a big enough voice to say this is ridiculous? Yes, Joan Commonwealth, Dan Wooten wants a reaction from Megan so badly. I just wanted to catch who it was that gave the super chat. Oh, Elaine Parker, thank you very much for the super sticker. Thank you, darling. Okay, so that is that. And okay, yeah, I guess we can get into it now. Um, I'd like to know who they called first. Did they call the ambulance or did they call TMZ to get the pictures first? Which one? I mean, what do you even say to this? I don't understand how any father can want to act like this, but Megan herself in the Oprah interview said she'd lost her dad. So and also Dan Wooten, just pure evil. I mean, I've seen tabloid journalists do some pretty nasty things in my time. But this, literally having someone's dad cosplay a stroke. I mean, I actually don't even think that Piers Morgan would have done this. And that's saying a lot. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a moment and then we can get into this. Just give me one sec. I have to try and figure out how to hmm, how to get a link for you to join the chat. But just before we get to that, actually, I just wanted to read this. So this is a statement that was released by Samantha Markle, who's also been involved in this. Just ready with very long, well-written statements for the press, miraculously. So she said, "My father is recovering in hospital. We ask for privacy for the family, for his health and well-being. He just needs peace and rest. So much peace and rest that you invited TMZ to the hospital to take pictures of him. Okay, Samantha. Godspeed. We are praying. He just needs some rest. It's a travesty how much he's been tortured and how much he's had to go through thanks to my sister's disregard the past 3 years. Your sister who you never knew, Samantha, and even Megan has said that. That is unforgivable. Family members have been concerned about Thomas over the last few weeks as he suffered relentless attacks from members of the so-called Sussex Squad of Twitter trolls who had been spreading internet rumors after his decision to launch a YouTube show. His blood pressure had become a concern before the stroke. There is fury amongst the Markle family that Thomas has been left to fund his own medical treatment." Okay, a couple of things. For the most part, the Sussex Squad minds our business. Unless anybody comes for us, we don't send for anyone. So that's just not true. And also, in reference to the YouTube show, is she referring to the YouTube show where he sits there and insults his daughter, insults Meghan, insults Harry, even insults Lily? There was one episode where he literally says um, that Lilibet turning one during the Queen's Jubilee is a trashy thing to be doing. Can somebody please explain to me how a child existing is a trashy thing to be doing? And why would you talk about a child like that? Your own granddaughter, mind you. Can I just say thank you for Denise Welsh for trying to be a voice of reason, as she always does, trying to clap back at Dan Wooten and saying, Dan, please, pleading with this man to stop being a public bully. Oh, the drama of it all. Okay, I'm going to go to your comments and then I will bring a couple people up. Let me just I will put a link in the chat. Right, the link in the chat that you are going to see, if you want to give your 2 cents, click on that link, you will enter the chat, and then I will bring people up one by one to speak. Don't be shy now. Um, Tashmak, it's strange that the stroke victim is able to hold his head up and arm up without help. Yes, that is very strange. And has a bag without oxygen. Oh gosh. Yeah, do we have a nurse in the chat? Would you be able to let us know exactly how should that oxygen bag and a tube be looking? Like, is it actually real? John, how come Thomas Markle could write his symptoms immediately after a stroke? Well, obviously he's Superman, John. Did you not know? And there was a great somebody put this graphic up on the screen. Yeah, basically from 2018, where he miraculously had a stroke just before the wedding, and again was photographed by TMZ, and again in 2022. He just seems to miraculously have strokes just before there's big events for the royal family, and also he's apparently meant to be having a court case tomorrow. Is that correct? Or today, or it's meant to be today, but because of this situation has been cancelled. Coincidence or conspiracy, you decide. Lynn, what is the name of the hospital? I have no idea, hon. Lydia Barber, Dan Wheaton has had real problems with Harry and Meghan from day one. And this is the cumulation of Dan Wheaton Bishop's attacks on Meghan. This is terrible. It's like what do you even say to this? How is he being allowed to, how is a British journalist being allowed to do this? This is what just can't get my head around. Anyway, we've got 2 people up in the chat so far. Rahini, I'm gonna let you go first. Just please remember to keep your camera off. The only reason I say keep your camera off, guys and dolls, is for 2 reasons. Number one, because of trolls, to protect you. And number two, if your face is on the screen, I'm not going to be able to edit that part out afterwards. If you change your mind afterwards, I will literally just have to delete the whole live stream. So please keep cameras off. Rahini, hello. Go right ahead and speak, darling.
Hi, hello everybody.
Hi.
Hi, I am. This is so upsetting to me because my dad died from a stroke.
Oh, so
And
sorry.
when you have a stroke, one of the telltale signs is, the drooping of the face. And for me, it was really hard because he had had it the day before, and I didn't recognize it
Mm,
until it got really bad, and you're not able to just walk around and keep your head up, and this is it's so fake and it's so disgusting.
mm,
It's really upsetting to watch. But one of the things that I realize is that Megan, she can't go and see him. If she does, she's guaranteed a confrontation with Scammy. And that is exactly what they want.
Mm,
If she's in
yeah.
that hospital room, there's going to be cameras, it's going to be taped. That's what they want. This is what they
Mm,
want. This is so orchestrated. That's what they wanted to do. So, from a PR standpoint, I think the only person who could go and see him is probably Harry or
mm,
Doria, because she's his ex-wife, and she could probably get him to stop or talk to him, and he would probably want to see Harry because it'll stroke his ego. So that's how I
mm,
see it. But this plan, this is so grimy. It's really grimy, and I
yeah.
this is scraping the barrel. They're scraping the barrel now.
Do you think that this is just Dan Wooten and certain parts of the British press wanting to get their clicks and their revenue up, or do you think that the someone in the palace is also involved?
Well, we know KP is a sieve, so
Mm,
so I wouldn't doubt that. And there's need for a lot of distraction with the jubbly. So the best target is obviously Megan. This is guaranteed to turn people's attention. Like, we're already talking about it. The Sue Gray
mm.
report just came out, but this is what is dominating
Of course.
the the media in the UK.
Mm,
And I'm not sure they would be directly in on it, but they would know and they would understand. But I hope that they have enough class to not actually make a statement,
yeah.
because you just picture it. Prince Charles or Cape, Clarence House or KP issue, and oh, we hope that Thomas Markle is okay.
Mm,
You know what that would
yeah.
do. That would set off a fire and be like, really though? You've never even
Mm,
met this man. Are you serious? But
mm,
you know that that's their plan, which is it's tiring. And using the stroke really hurts me because it hits home.
yeah,
It
of
hits
course.
home because of my dad.
Mm,
It's grimy. And what is worse, I'm pretty sure that Megan probably heard about it
mm.
from the media before anybody called her.
Yeah, because it was like breaking news on TMZ and obviously Dan Wooten
Yeah, so
in
instead
the
of you
Daily
pick up the
Mail.
phone or you try to call her, you could call her organization. There are ways you could reach her, right?
Mm,
And of course,
mm,
we know Scamanta. She already got her check. She got a check already.
mm.
So
All right, thank you, Rihi. I'm going to keep you in the chat, and I'll just mute you for a second. I'll add Haggy. Hello, Haggy. How are you?
Hi, Duchess of Success. I am furious. Listen, so there's two sides to me, right? The first
Mm,
one, I was like, and I know this is a horrible thing to say, but if it's true that he actually had a stroke, maybe this is God's way of shutting him up because he talks way too much about his daughter and he's not being a good father. But I know that's a bad thing to say, so I'm not going to say that. But I just don't understand how, as a father, you could be such a horrible person. Because personally, I think he's faking it. Because we've seen him fake many other situations, which is
mm,
really frustrating. And honestly, damned if Megan goes to see Thomas. Damned if she doesn't, because there's probably paparazzi sleeping on the bed with him right now,
yeah.
and they're just waiting for drama. So he will stop at nothing to keep on manipulating Megan to get what he wants. And it's so frustrating for me. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do is I'll unmute both of you, and then at any point during the chat, if you want to jump in and say something, you can. Of course, the squad was doing their thing on Twitter. Those of you that understand the meme of the guy in the glasses, I'm not even going to say what that means. If you understand it, you understand it. And Mia Squaddy coming with the heat there. Um, what I also found quite interesting was they're also trying to now um, make it seem like we're saying that we hope that Meghan visits her dad, which none of us ever said. And I think it kind of goes to what you said, Haggy. I think they want to create a situation where Meghan shows up to the hospital and they can get paparazzi pictures. They're trying to bait her, basically. And I just want to know why they think this is going to work, because no amount of baiting has worked before. So I don't know why they think this is going to work now. Do they think? Do any of you two, if any of you two want to jump in, think that um they think Meghan won't go to the Jubilee if by this happening? Like it might scare them off from going.
No, absolutely. I think that's the objective, right? So I've been looking at some articles, and you can see that they're trying to push positive press for Prince Harry, and we absolutely love Prince Harry, and that's good. But they always are negative about Meghan. So I think the way they trying to play it, they want Meghan to stay behind and have Prince Harry and the kids go there, right? So I think that's the strategy, and that's why Thomas Markle went ahead and faked whatever he's faking at the moment. So, yeah, I think that's definitely the strategy.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen so much. Um, oh, I've seen so much drama in my lifetime. Um, but I've never seen anything like this. I'm truly just lost for words today. I don't know what to say. But unless anybody else wanted to jump into the chat. Sorry, Rahini, you unmuted
It
yourself?
is it is the height of emotional warfare.
Mm,
It is the height of emotional warfare for anyone because um up from what we could see, the breakdown probably happened between two of them happened when he was staging paparazzi photos. Up until then, they probably had a good relationship, right? And
mm,
I think she even in past interviews talks about being a bit of a daddy's girl,
mm,
right? And it is that moment that really caused this breakdown. And I'm pretty sure for her, this is a difficult thing to do. This is a difficult place for you to be in. It's not easy to cut off a family member, you know.
mm,
People think, you know, oh, you have to be a heartless person. Just you could just walk away. It's not easy to cut off a toxic person out of your life, especially if it's a family member. Think of all the women that can't get rid of the crappy men in their lives, and
mm,
or the parents who can't cut off children who on drugs and stuff like that. This is not a it's not an easy thing for her to do. And now you are beating her with an illness. He's an elderly man. So the chances are this could actually be true. And just based on the way
mm,
he looks, he doesn't take care of himself. So the potential for it to be true is there, right?
mm,
It's plausible enough. And now you are baiting her not because you want these two individuals to reconcile, but simply because you want a meaty story. All the stories
mm,
about her so far hasn't had any teeth, right? They're
yeah,
literally scraping the barrel. That it's nothing interesting. Even the story that was just going around about the reality show, that's not even gaining traction because neither Netflix
yeah,
nor them have said anything. It's just
yeah,
noise, right? But
yeah,
this have teeth. This have meat.
yeah.
So it's gonna last.
And I do think a lot of it is to distract from a lot of the things that are happening in the UK right now, especially with the cost of living crisis. You're seeing energy price cap is looking to rise. I remember back during the pandemic, there was a talk about the money that was needed to help the school children, around about the cost of 20 million, but they've managed to pull out 1.3 billion for the Jubilee celebrations. You've got dentists pulling out of the NHS program, so dental care is going to get more expensive. And I think, I mean, we are 1 week away from this Jubilee, and I think more and more people are starting to question, finally, should we really be spending this much money on such a large scale event when people are suffering so much, and everything that has led up to the Jubilee so far is just leading me to believe that I think the whole thing should just be cancelled, because I honestly think at this point the event is just cursed. There's been so many bad omens leading up to this. I'm almost actually scared to watch and see what's going to happen at this point. But that's pretty much all I had to say. Um, didn't want to spend too long on this because it's just so sad. But the situation with the shooting in the US, really just my condolences. It's just so sad that this keeps happening over and over again. If anybody wanted to come up and just air their feelings about it, get it out, you're more than um, free to. This is a safe space. Please do feel more than welcome to. But there was some pretty great commentary on Twitter. Oh, before I get into that, Kat Harlem, you said Megan lost her father years ago. She should continue ignoring him. If she wants help, she could pay the medical bill directly to the hospital, period. Well, it's difficult because at the end of the day, I think every girl wants her father to be a hero. And it's just so sad that this um has to play out in public like this. But thank you very much for your comment in your super chat, Kat Harlem. So to the shooting, I thought that this is some really good commentary. Cullen Allen saying, a government bold enough to force you to have a kid, but too weak to ensure that they can at least get through recess alive. Paige Cornwell saying the teenagers who survived Columbine are in their late 30s and 40s. They have kids in elementary school. That is actually wild. Columbine being probably one of the most notorious shootings in American history, or school shootings anyway. Smarter Child saying unpopular opinion, but actually don't attribute mass shootings to lax gun laws. Millions of American women own guns, but only 3 mass shootings in the last 40 years were done by women. If it was strictly a gun issue, there would be as many female shooters as males. That is a very good point. And someone else saying radicalized men are developing in pockets all over the internet, and big tech is helping them because the radicalized male is a lucrative demographic. They'll spend years of free labor on subreddits and watching every video and tweet them to confirm their victimhood. And Kate Arden saying it's always stop women from killing fetuses and not stop men from shooting literally anyone. Oh, somebody came up to the chat and then disappeared. Don't be shy. So yeah, if anybody wanted to air their feelings about that, please do go ahead. It's just very sad because I know that the gun debate is a very heated issue on both sides, but at the very least, I don't understand why, if you are going to have guns, why you wouldn't have stronger background checks, update checks. I think in Japan you have to be interviewed, you have to go through a psychological assessment. I think they even interview your neighbors. So and definitely you don't hear about mass shootings every other week in Japan. Um, all right, that was all I had to say. I'll just get through your comments and then we'll call it a day. We've all vented now, and yeah, let's just get through the next week. Goodness knows what else they're going to pull out the hat before the Jubilee. Mm. Andreen, you say, doctors, these children are not born to hate, they are taught to hate. It's not going to stop because the politicians and corporations are getting rich from it. Mm. Marie, Megan did not choose this person to be a father. He became her father. We need to ignore him. Yeah, but it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, of all the things that I was expecting, this honestly was not on my bingo card. Sylvia Dixon, I feel Megan has dealt with this issue concerning her father. No father would have a hate podcast against his daughter and her family. Indeed. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Who's going to get the last word of the day? Benjamin, the Second Amendment is almost sacred in America. They don't want strong background checks. Well, you need them. And I don't understand. If you were I'm not going to say the G word anymore, a stick, I'm going to say stick, just in case I get censored. If you were a stick advocate, isn't that the number one thing that you would advocate for, to make sure that the wrong people don't get sticks? Because I feel like that's what I would do. Kim Hamilton, it is an AR-15. The type of weapon was banned until 2004, and it was not renewed. Oh, is that when the Sandy Hook situation took place? Because I remember hearing about this. Oh, Mina, would you like to speak?
Oh,
Go ahead.
hi.
Hi, Mina.
Hi, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go right ahead, darling.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on the whole shooting situation.
Okay, go ahead,
It's
darling.
yeah, it's pretty sad, and it's terrible that those kids had lost their lives. So it's just, yeah, we're just living in dark times, as I had wrote in the comments. I just hope things get better before they get worse.
Yeah, I do think it's very important to take a break from the noise when you can. Just switch off social media. Don't have the news in the background. Take some time for yourself, because it's exhausting. I mean, it must, and more so for you. I mean, I'm watching all of this from a distance in the UK, but for you that have to deal with this all the time, it must be absolutely exhausting. How do you feel today, Mina? Are you okay?
I'm okay. With me, I try to handle situations as best as I can, because I am a person that suffers from depression. So I try not to think about too much of the bad and try to look for the more positive.
All right, thank you so much for your words, Mina, and I wish you well. Denise, you can speak now. Oh, Denise, you've muted yourself. You need to unmute yourself, darling. Denise, you there? Oh, okay, go on. You can speak now, darling. Denise, you going to speak? Okay, we'll try and let Denise figure out what's going on with her sound. Dolores, William and Kate don't want Harry and Meghan at the Jubilee Charles either. Well, they don't want the attention stolen away from them. I don't think so, because this will be the first time they're coming back, literally since the Commonwealth ceremony. So the fanfare because of that alone is going to be massive. CMAC, there was an assault rifle ban until the NRA got into the GOP's pocket. Okay. All right, guys and dolls, I think we're just going to call it a day. Would anybody like to give us a last word of the day? Okay, Patricia, I'm going to give you the last word of the day. Praying for all of the families who lost someone, indeed. Thank you so much, everyone. Please do take care of your mental health. Please do take a break from social media, from the news, and yeah, hopefully I will see you tomorrow with some far more positive news. And let's just brace ourselves. Leading up to the Jubilee, it's going to be a similar thing like leading up to the Oprah interview, just drama, and more drama. But let's also try to focus on the positive things. We've got Lily's birthday coming up, and we are still raising for World Central Kitchen. Well done, everybody who has been sharing the fundraiser around, and also who have donated. So I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye. I know I rested up in my soul. I feel a love for you that's out of control.
Say